Hi there, this is your market update for May 2025. What a May it has been. There has been not so much activity in the Niagara market. We've had an influx of listings and very little buyer demand. Buyers have the leverage, but they're not using it. Sellers have the listings, but not the pricing power. There seems to be a little confusion between buyers and sellers, and the market appears just to be stuck. That's the best way to say it. Prices aren't really climbing, but prices aren't really decreasing. We're just at a stuck point, And here's the truth. I don't know what sellers are waiting for. It has become very evident that there is not going to be a dramatic increase of prices anytime soon. I know there was high optimism from last year. A lot of people had their houses on the market. Okay, if I don't sell this year, no problem. Interest rates are lower next year. We'll put it up in spring and we'll have a better opportunity. Well, guess what? Here we are with lower interest rates, and it didn't bring anything for those sellers. All it did was an influx of inventory. All right, so we have lots of houses for sale, very few buyers. The thing is too, first-time home buyers, the CMHC came out and said about 80% of first-time home buyers are using a cosigner to buy a home. So therefore, the traditional way of just going and getting approved for a mortgage by a young couple has gone. It is very, very challenging. So that's another thing. Those first-time home buyers start to buy up and push the market and prices and everything up. And that's a little stagnant there as well. So interest rates have been held, and we're going to kind of watch what happens with that. But either way, it's not going to make a dramatic change in the market. Everyone's waiting for something. And I think most importantly, we can agree the economic climate has a lot of different factors going on. There really isn't a lot of positivity being spread about the economy right now. And I think that's really the catalyst that will change things. Once the economy gets some stability, they start sharing some positivity. I think buyers will start making some moves. But again, sellers, your prices are out to lunch. The people who are pricing their houses right to the market are selling their houses within 30 days. The one thing I'm finding again too is a lot of our buyers are actually sellers. They have to sell their house to buy a house. And what I'm finding though is that there is some serious movement with them. They are understanding, okay, if my house is worth this much, I can buy that house for this much. So with that being said, there is starting to be some movement. Whereas last year, a lot of these people were looking, kind of seeing what was going on. Now they're jumping into the market. The showings that we're getting is that they're actually quality buyers looking to buy. Either their house is up for sale, their house is just sold, and those are active, aggressive buyers. So guys, the challenge again, sellers, if you think you're pricing your house way up here, these buyers are also sellers in the market and are understanding prices. You can't just wave a magic wand anymore and get what you want. So I think the reality is sellers need to realize the market has adjusted, and buyers really need to realize that, hey, this is their opportunity. Rates are where they're at. And maybe we'll start to see some movement over the next few months now that the weather's nicer. In Niagara, there has been some activity in May, and of course there should be, as it is the typical spring market. And I'm not saying houses aren't selling. There definitely is sales, just not as many as we anticipated. And that's because of all the inventory. And I'm also going to express one other thing that's going to create some inventory increasing as well. The renewal of mortgages. It's real. There is a lot of people who cannot afford the increase in their mortgage. And now they are going to become sellers, increasing inventory levels and creating more product for buyers, and therefore keeping prices down. If inventory levels shrink and buyer demand picks up, yes, you will see an uptick in prices, but guys, that's not happening anytime soon. So sellers, if you want to participate in the market and sell your home, price it right, and you achieve a sale. And buyers, you know what? Get out there, start poking around. There is some definite opportunities for you. And really looking forward to sharing what's going to happen in June. Stay tuned.